So UFC 307 just ended, and here's what I think, okay? I really, really believe that the UFC judges are literally incapable of, like, I don't think they've ever been in a fight in their life, and I don't think that they know how to score a fight at all. Like, where do they find these people at? Please tell me, it's the most inconsistent group of people. Like, I think publicly they should like explain why they scored, how they scored. Like, and we're gonna have to like break it down and see why the fuck do they like think well, like wrestling, okay? Like Jose Aldo versus Mario Batista, okay? That was the biggest shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna be honest, that was the biggest shit I've ever seen in my life. He attempted like 13 takedowns. You attempt takedowns does not score you points. You're attempting to stall. You are stalling. That's all you're doing. We've seen that time after time after time. Push him against the fence. He knows that he's not going anywhere. He's pushing Jose Aldo against the fence and stalling because he did not want to exchange with Jose Aldo. I think there should be a rule in the UFC that if you want to stall, just like wrestling, stall point, stalling warning. I think there should be a stalling. If you're not actively fighting, and then just like, if you do a legal move, you lose a point. I think that you should lose a point if you hit with 2 or 3 stallings in one round. And every round it can uh, you know, restart at 0 stalls, or maybe like 1 stall. I don't know how you could actually do it, effectively, but you could figure that out pretty easily. But it's just like I don't understand the UFC. Like, we're not a that's MMA is not supposed to be wrestling, okay? That is all part of it. But if you're wrestling someone, you are supposed to be working for a submission, okay? I understand beating them up, and if you're not going for a submission, then ground and pound. Do something effectively. Like Marab, same fucking thing happened there. Whenever Marab was literally just wrestling, he was literally just holding him down where he didn't have to stand up and box with Sean O'Malley. That shit is literally embarrassing. It's making the sport so much less interesting because all these guys, like, I really love technical fights. Like, if someone's actually trying to submit somebody on the ground, or they're just trying to improve their situation, not just holding someone down. That's why, like, I just get so fucking irritated. I got so irritated watching Mario Batista last night. He literally was blatantly stalling. I think the referee should break him up every single time that he wants to do that, because he's doing the same exact thing over and over and over again. How is that even capable of fucking working in the UFC? Like, this is a multi-billion-dollar company, and they pride themselves on the most entertaining things ever. If it wasn't for that last fight, if it wasn't for Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree, that fight would have been one of the worst ever pay-per-views. Ever. Because it was dog shit. I don't know if it's the matchmakers or, it's obviously it comes down to the fighters, how they fight. But it was just the most boring shit ever. And I thought Kevin Holland was going to be able to, if he stood up again, I think he would have won that fight. He was piecing him up on the stand, and he just takes him down. Obviously, that don't fall under the same category as Mario Batista did, but I think Jose Aldo really was piecing him up, and I really thought Jose won that fight. Like, I was like, oh well, he won that fight because Mario just stalled the whole time. Every time that they were throwing hands, Aldo was winning every exchange. Like, he was coming in, he was coming out, He was boxing in, boxing out, and winning every exchange. And it's just like so fucking irritating to watch a sport that, used to have some of the greats, like, Conor McGregor. I mean, even Khabib. I mean, he was a lot of times he was still improving the situation. I mean, obviously he's not the most interesting fighter, but he still was able to submit people. That's the thing about, like, nowadays it feels like everyone's going to just, oh, let's do what we have to do to win and just fucking hold people down like pussies. Like, I understand, if you're a more of a wrestler, then use your wrestling in your advantage, but don't fucking just stall the whole fight. It makes it so fucking boring, and I don't think you're gonna have very many people calling for you to have big events if you want to fight like that. Do what you got to do to keep your record good. But it ain't gonna matter whenever no one wants to fucking buy your pay-per-views because you look like shit. $85 for a bunch of people to fucking wrestle. If I want to go watch wrestling, I'll go watch it at the high school level. I don't need to watch it here. Or I'll go watch college wrestling. I don't want to fucking watch it here. This is the UFC, MMA. Fucking act like it. Throw hands. This is what the fucking sport was made off. And now we have, it just feels like the UFC is going downhill because of these guys that are just making it so fucking horrible to watch. I mean, that's my dog. But I might be fucking yapping. I don't know what everyone else is thinking, but how I thought last night, if it wasn't for Pereira, amazing performance with Khalil Rountree. Khalil, all the respect to you. Stand and fucking bang. But everyone don't have to stand and bang. I'm not like one of those guys that say, oh, just stand and bang. No, it's mixed martial arts. It's it's a great sport. I think that you should use all your arsenal, but you cannot just stall. That's the most fucking annoying thing ever. If you're not trying to advance to anything, you're just there to win and get a little W by your name. But everyone ain't gonna remember you for being fucking entertaining at all. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. I had to rant there a little bit. I'm sorry. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.